Hey, I'm live. How are you guys doing? Good to see you. So, Downcast Countenance kind of means like looking down towards the ground, kind of, I think. But I have some things to show you about masks. These masks are really bothering me. I'm not wearing a mask. I'm saying that if adults want to walk around and wear masks, I don't care. Do whatever you want. But it really bothers me to see children wearing masks. Really bothers me. Really bothers me. Let me make sure that everything is appearing to work. I think it is. Okay. Good. I do have a few videos that we can watch in a little bit that I'm kind of just playing in the background right now. In Joel chapter 2, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There hath not been ever the like, neither shall there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots, the tops of mountains shall they leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather darkness. Okay, that was Joel 2. In the book of Enoch, chapter 62, let's see, should I just read the whole thing? I'm just going to read the whole chapter. Verse 1, And thus the Lord commanded the kings and the mighty and the exalted and those who dwell on the earth, and said, Open your eyes and lift up your horns, if ye are able to recognize the elect one. And the Lord of spirits seated him on the throne of his glory, and the spirit of righteousness was poured out upon him. And the word of his mouth slays all the sinners, and all the unrighteous are destroyed from before his face. And there shall stand up in that day all the kings and the mighty and the exalted and those who hold the earth, and they shall see and recognize how he sits on the throne of his glory. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to. I'm being distracted by that Michelle Thaler in the background. It bothered me. So we'll just watch these stars falling in the background here while okay. Back to, this was verse 3. I'll just start verse 3 over again. And there shall stand up in that day all the kings and the mighty and the exalted and those who hold the earth, and they shall see and recognize how he sits on the throne of his glory. And righteousness is judged before him, and no lying word is spoken before him. Then pain shall come upon them as on a woman in travail, and she has pain in bringing forth, when her child enters the mouth of the womb, and she has pain in bringing forth. And one portion of them shall look on the other, and they shall be terrified, and they shall be downcast of countenance, and pain shall seize them, when we see that Son of Man sitting on the throne of his glory. And the kings and the mighty and all who possess the earth shall bless and glorify and extol him who rules over all, who was hidden. For from the beginning the Son of Man was hidden, and the Most High preserved him in the presence of his might, and revealed him to the elect. And the congregation of the elect and holy shall be sown, and all the elect shall stand before him on that day. And all the kings and the mighty and the exalted and those who rule the earth shall fall down before him on their faces, and worship and set their hope upon that Son of Man, and petition him and supplicate for mercy at his hands. Nevertheless, the Lord of spirits will so press them that they shall hastily go forth from his presence, and their faces shall be filled with shame, and the darkness grow deeper on their faces. And he will deliver them to the angels for punishment. You know what this reminds me of, guys? I'm just going to stop there for a second. It reminds me of when he was saying that, you know, people would say to him, Lord, Lord, we did miracles in your name, and then he'll tell them, I never knew you. And I think we're living in the time right now. I don't even know how to put it to words, because it sounds like almost ridiculous to say that this was foretold, that people would be walking around covering up their faces because they're scared. They're breathing all over the place. We're human beings, guys. I mean, I'm not even kidding. I heard Bill Nye say something. I'll play it for you in a little while. It's insane. These words came out of his mouth, and I'm not even kidding. He said, if you think you have the right to just breathe all the air you want, and I'm not even kidding you guys, they're going to tell people to stop breathing. Oh, that's another thing Bill Nye said. He said, if you are doing an activity and you're running out of breath because you're wearing a mask, change your activities. And I'm like, wow. That's just the worst advice. How about take the mask off? You're a human being. Or are you? Alright, back to the Enoch 62, verse 11. And he will deliver them to the angels for punishment, to execute vengeance on them, because they have oppressed his children and his elect. And they shall be a spectacle for the righteous and for his elect. They shall rejoice over them, because the wrath of the Lord of spirits resteth upon them, and his sword is drunk with their blood. And the righteous and elect shall be saved on that day. Now listen to this, you guys. And they shall never thenceforward see the face of the sinners and unrighteous. Now I'm not saying this is talking about a mask. I'm just saying that this is talking about a mask. If that makes any sense. I'm not saying that it's being specific. I'm saying that if you really listen to what it's saying there, it's saying that the faces of the sinners are going to be filled with shame when Jesus is revealed, the Son of Man. But then the righteous have a great future coming up in their situation. Okay, and the righteous and the elect shall be saved on that day. This is verse 13. And they shall never thenceforward see the face of the sinners and the unrighteous. And the Lord of spirits will abide over them. And with that Son of Man shall they eat and lie down and rise up forever and ever. And the righteous and the elect shall have risen from the earth and cease to be of downcast countenance. Wow. So their faces won't be filled with shame. The righteous, I mean. That's what it says. And here's the last verse in the chapter. And they shall have been clothed with garments of glory, and these shall be the garments of life from the Lord of spirits, and your garments shall not grow old, nor your glory pass away before the Lord of spirits. Because when you call on the name of the Lord, you'll be saved. And what that means is he's going to grant you eternal life. That's what he said. So I think that the idea of wearing a mask is probably not at all a good idea. Even if you don't think it has anything to do with this, it's a horrible idea. Some of the things I'm hearing, just in the news or whatever, about, I don't know what you'd call it, just some of the things I'm hearing, like people talking about, measures that maybe should be taken, things like that, and it's quite troubling. Like talking about with a vaccine and all these things. That's scary stuff to me. Very scary. So, I did see Beck in the chat somewhere. I think I did. Beck from Oz. Yes, mask is part of the ritual. Beck, I'm glad to hear about Growlers doing better. And also, yes, I just watched your video. I do want to do a live stream, and actually, I'm pretty much available whenever. So anytime that you guys could hop on and do a live stream, I will set it up and we'll do it. That'd be awesome. There's a lot of stuff I want to talk to you guys about. Yeah. So if you guys aren't subscribed to Beck from Oz, go over there and hit the subscribe button, and then come back here or whatever. Paul Levi, how you doing? Kelly Lowry, how you doing? Roderick, good to see you. Marlo, awesome. Captain Caveman and Mark Shirey and Zoom Truth, awesome to see you guys. Karen Ann Preston, Mama Bird, Boral, good to see you. Tina O, good to see you. And Eliza Powell, I hope I said that right. Awesome to see you guys. Thanks for showing up. So, let me play a video. This is just something that happened to me. This was actually probably like a month and a half or 2 months ago. Something like that. So yeah, check it out. Alright, I'm at a job working, but I have a story to tell you, so I'm putting you in the phone clip to see how long it records. And I gotta tell you. Okay, so I'm out in Ramsey, Minnesota. Sorry guys, I was trying to search some stuff on my computer and it's not gonna allow me to do that, so I'm gonna actually, while it's paused here, I'm gonna change a setting really quick and see if it might help. It might not help, but save. Alright, let's try this. And I am working and I wanted to get some lunch, right? So about 1.5 miles away there is a Subway. So I went up there. My gun's broken on the end right now, so it's a little slow going. And walked in to the Subway, and a lady comes out and she says, I'm just kidding, she was wearing a mask. She said, "Can I ask you to put a mask on?" And I said, "I have to breathe." Whoa! Isn't all smiles and sunshine. I said, "I have to breathe." And she said something, and then she said, "I can't hear you." And so she came closer, and she goes, we can't serve you, or I can't serve you if you don't have your mask on." And I said, "Okay." And then she said, this is funny, you guys. She said, "You can get our app on your phone." I gotta use a different gun. This gun is just broken. I said, she said, you can get our app and you can order takeout. Or like, something like that. And then you can pick it up. And I said, but I'm right here. No, we can't do anything for you without a mask. So, I didn't eat Subway. Isn't that strange? So, it's kind of weird walking out of there going, it just feels strange to be turned down for food. Well, actually, that wasn't the end of the conversation either. I said more. Let's see, I gotta find something though. Where are you? There you are. So right as I was walking out, I said, it's not human to wear a mask. I said, we weren't created with masks on our faces. And because she was just standing there, I think it was a she. It's hard to tell sometimes. But I said, it's not human to wear a mask. And she said, well, then, kind of mumbled something or whatever. And I asked her, how long do you plan on wearing that mask? And she just kind of sat there for a minute. And she said, I don't know. And I said, well, it's something you should think about. See, this gun doesn't work. Yeah. I have to take it apart and clean it. Ta-da! So, I didn't eat lunch. So I'm starving. I was gonna yank a bag of chips on the way out, but I decided she probably wouldn't like that. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, it was awkward. It was weird. But I always just think about this. If that's what happens to, I don't know the right word. If that's what happens when you not really even stick up for the truth, but just, I won't play this game. This game is a lie. I won't play it. I'm not gonna. Because the more I do that, the more other people think that there is some pandemic and that the world's, it's just a problem. The world is ending, you guys. Ooh. Sorry, I'm trying to do this quick. So yeah, there was that video. That was just an experience I had at Subway, or tried to have at Subway. Tried to eat, but I have another mask story video. I went into the gas station and heard some craziness going on, so I'll share that with you and play that video right now. Okay, so I gotta tell you a story. Went to the store. The gal behind the counter, this was the gas station, she was wearing a mask. And so I asked her, I said, do you plan on wearing that the rest of your life, or what? Do you plan on wearing it the rest of your life like this, or? I'm just curious. And she was like, yeah, till the vaccine comes out.
Until we get a vaccination, yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's creepy. Why is that creepy, she says. I said, it's like creepy sorcery. Like, it seems like sorcery to me. Thank you.
Vaccines?
Yeah. Putting something in your blood.
They put the dead virus in your blood.
Witches would do that. Like, they make a potion and like witch's brew, Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's creepy. She was like, no, I don't want to get COVID-19. And I said, yeah, I don't think you gotta worry about that. And she said, well, you don't have the antibodies, you should wear a mask.
I mean, no one has the antibodies for the coronavirus unless you get infected with it.
Like, well, I'm not sick, so I don't want to do that, and I won't take a vaccine either. I trust the vaccine, someone said.
I trust in the vaccination.
I said, creepy sorcery, and I walked out. Me, it's creepy. Have a good day. Don't comply with anti-science. Everywhere you go, tell everyone you see wearing a mask that it's going to make them sick, and that it is anti-science, and that they are inviting bacteria and all sorts of bad things and a lack of oxygen into their life willingly in effort to protect no one, because it doesn't help.
And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Paul Feiner is putting everyone on notice about a measure that will kick in next week. Under his emergency order, employees and customers at grocery stores and pharmacies must have their temperatures taken.
To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Workers will be sent home and you will not be allowed in.
Normal temperature. Normal temperature. Normal temperature. Normal temperature. High temperature.
All right, listen to this. A local Chinese restaurant is taking drastic measures to keep the staff and customers from the coronavirus. So no one is allowed to be seated without a temperature check. So the temperature check may be the new norm as this virus continues to spread.
So there's that. I'm not saying that it's like specifically that, but we do have to realize that John just had a vision and was telling us what he saw in his vision. And there is a possibility that maybe John just saw somebody pointing a temperature gun at someone's head to let them into the store. You can't come in unless they point this thing at your head. They got something in their forehead. Who knows? I'm not saying that, it is or isn't. I'm just saying, actually, you know what I'm going to say is that I know a lot of people are blind to some of the things that I point out. They don't see them. They don't want to see them. I don't know I don't know what to think of that. But when I point out some of these things that are happening, that I see happening, it tells me that other things are happening, because it's all part of this story that's happening. So I'm not saying that I understand the whole story or something, but I do see this last year, this 2020, to be things being fulfilled that have been written for a long time. Many different things being fulfilled. Hi, Anthony Dickinson. Good to see you. Me and Anthony talked on the phone last night for like 8 hours. That was a good conversation, though. Captain Caveman, I agree with you when you said... Where was that? I'm looking here. Captain Caveman said, must have to buy and sell, trade, and then equals mark. And it sure seems like this is going to have something to do with this vaccine, doesn't it? To me, it does. Okay, so I read the wrong comment of Captain Caveman. The one I was trying to read was vaccine equals tampering with God's work. And let's see here. I'm just going to go to my movie maker. I'm working on a video. I really should have had it done for this live stream. It would have been appropriate. But, oh yeah, you guys want to hear Bill Nye? Listen to what he says right here, really quick.
And we just can't say, well, I have a right to breathe. Yeah.
You can't just say I have a right to breathe. Okay. Listen to Donald Trump. Somebody's trying to ask him a question with a mask on, and he's like, I can't hear you, dude.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. The issue of what happened when you were in France continues to be a story.
You're going to have to take that off, yes. Just, you can take it off. How many feet are you away?
I'll speak a lot louder.
Well, if you don't take it off, you're very muffled. So if you would take it off, it would be a lot easier.
I'll just speak a lot louder. Is that better?
Yeah, go ahead in the back.
Hi. Just based on some of your recent tweets, sir, do you
So that guy took his mask off.
Sounds so clear as opposed to everybody else where they refuse.
So Trump's like, you sound so clear. I love that. Okay, so here's just, this is on Inside Edition. Listen to what they say here and tell me if this makes any sense. I'll play it twice.
Even as thousands get vaccinated, the pandemic rages on. Even as thousands get vaccinated, the pandemic rages on.
What's a vaccination for then? Listen to this woman. This was at something that, I don't know where it was. Somebody was voting for these kind of mandate things and stuff, and people got to go up there and give their peace of mind or whatever publicly. And this lady, I like what she said here.
They want to throw God's wonderful breathing system out the door. You're all turning your backs on it.
So true. God gave us these amazing bodies that automatically do all these amazing things. Digest food, and you could sit and name amazing miracles that the human body is capable of. The immune system and all the things that we do. We could do that for like hours and hours and hours and hours. And we could probably just continue on doing that for a long time. So I'm just going to play this in the background here, chasing around some truth. I'm sick of seeing these lies. I'm sick of hearing these lies. I feel like this woman right here.
To put masks on our face, to keep us from breathing oxygen, to get us to become sickly.
Yeah. What's wrong with people? Like okay, if a friend of mine or an adult acquaintance of mine feels as though they should wear a mask for whatever reason they want, any reason they want, I'm not even going to comment on it. I'm not even going to say, yeah, you should or shouldn't do this. It's none of my business. I don't care what they do. But if they have children, their children aren't my children. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is I see some wrong being done. Like very wrong things being done by the average person, really. You know? Like there was one, like I'm just thinking of stuff. There's one time I went to the bank and I was waiting because you can't go in the bank anymore. So I was waiting in the drive-through thing. Which isn't, I'll just share this, is another pain in the butt for me to go to the bank, to do any kind of banking, because right now, my current situation is I have a 3/4 ton Chevy truck, and it is the only vehicle that I have right now. In the summer, I have my motorcycle to drive around, but so when I get done with work or whatever, and I get I pull this trailer around with my truck. It's a huge trailer. And to unhook the trailer and to hook the trailer up it's kind of a pain in the butt. It takes a few minutes. You got to have a place to do it. Then I got to put a lock on there and worry about someone stealing it while I'm gone or whatever. And basically what I'm saying is I don't have a spare car to drive around. So I'm just drive my pickup, and to go to the bank now, I can't ever get to the bank. Because if I'm actually working during the day, I don't have time to go to the bank. And if I do have time to go to the bank ever, and I have the trailer on, I can't pull that through to the bank, and they won't let you do a walk through banking. Like if I walked through the drive-through, they won't let you do that. So what is the point? Oh yeah, COVID-19 won't. Yeah, change the bank hours and close the lobby. Then everybody's gonna be healthy, But leave Walmart open. Menards is open Christmas Eve till whatever time. And I probably shouldn't be ranting, complaining about these things, because these things are going to come to pass. Hey, Beck from Oz, I'm glad to see you're back. I did make a comment. I am pretty much available anytime here to do a live stream with you and Growler if Growler's feeling better and if you guys have time. Whenever it works for you guys, I don't care if it's in the middle of the night for me or whatever. Whatever works for you guys, I just really want to have a conversation with you guys. And I want to talk about masks, and then I want to talk about a lot of stuff. But yeah. Hey, Wally S., good to see you, and Mac Hannon, and Randy Cochran, good to see you guys, and Grace Stiles. Wow. Cool. I'm just scrolling up to make sure that I said hi to everyone. I think I did. Okay, so let's listen to... hold on. I want to hear Bill Nye one more time. Let's see.
And we just can't say, well, I have a right to breathe.
You can't say I have a right to breathe. Okay. You know what, Bill Nye? I would slap you across your face if you said that to me. I would. And I'd say, you can't say that you don't have the right for me to not slap you in the face, Bill Nye. You're an idiot. Like, I can't stand that people prop these... I don't even know what to call them. Basically, they're Satan's preachers. That's who they are. They're Satan's priests. Neil deGrasse Tyson, all these guys that try to sell this stuff. It's sad. It is very sad. Okay, I think I have a little rant on a mask that I might want to play. Let me find it here, please. I'm trying to talk like Growler now. I'm just kidding. I can't do that. I'm not good at it. Let's see, where are we? Masks. Mask Hysteria. Do you guys like the title? Mask Hysteria? Okay, here's a little bit of rant about consent and whatever. Whoops, muted. If you're like me, you don't consent to wearing a mask. And if you think about it, wearing a mask or taking a vaccine for the current global pandemic, two problems with that. There's no globe, and there's no pandemic. Look around. Do you really think it's a good idea to undermine what God gave you? How God created you? He created you to breathe air. He puts the breath of life into man, and man becomes a living being, and you're gonna wear a mask. Why don't you just roll your middle finger up towards God? I don't consent. And a lot of people like me do not consent. And we disagree. And we will not comply. Start using your brain. Take the mask off so that your brain gets oxygen. Breathe some air. And get some senses back in your head. And stop complying and putting on your mask. If there's 50 people in a restaurant or a bar or a park, and they all had masks on, if one person shows up to that park without a mask on, he's the outcast, right? But if there's 50 people there and 25 or 30 show up without masks on, the people wearing masks look pretty stupid. It's up to you to do your part, because we're in this together, and take off your mask. Don't bow down to these stupid medical witches. First of all, they're politicians. They aren't doctors. They don't heal anything. They don't know anything about your immune system that God gave you. Don't do it. Take it off. It's for your good and for your children's good and for the rest of the world's good. That's true what that guy just said. Oh wait, that was me. It's for your own good. And we are in this together, guys. You know how they play that card and we're in this together. Yeah, you know what? We are in this together. So stand up for what's right. Don't comply with these ridiculous antichrist measures, because you know why it's antichrist. Let me read some scripture here. It is antichrist to cover up your face in shame, and it is covering up your face in shame, because you're not wearing a mask so you don't get sick. It's so other people don't get sick from you, right? So you are covering your face in shame. You're ashamed of breathing the breath out of your lungs. And I do happen to believe that this is a big middle finger up at God. He made us. He didn't give us lungs so that we can try to not use them. Like Jake the asshole, or what's his name? Jake Gibson. He put out a video how to hack the mask or whatever, and he did a little thing, and you can put it on. It looks like you're wearing it, and he is wearing it, but the bottom is open, kind of, so that you can get more air, breathing more air. And it made me think. Okay, so it made me think of like a little oxygen tube or something that would come on like oxygen or whatever. A little clear tube, right? So now in this world, what we have to do if we want to breathe is we have to hack the clothes we wear, and we have to put a little tube inside of our shirt that goes up through our mask so that we can breathe air, and nobody will even know. That ran through my head today. I'm like, that's not the world. That's not the way that this goes. Sorry, guys. It's not the way that this goes. It's much different. Much, much different. Because you can call on the name of the Lord, and you don't have to be ashamed of your face, because what he does, if you call on the name of the Lord, this is just my belief, and this is my experience that I've experienced. If you call on the name of the Lord and seek Him, I have to open my Facebook because I just put a verse. I can't remember where it was, but I want to read it. Because this is what we have to do. Like, we have to have a repentant heart. We have to realize that we've been raised in wickedness. Even if we don't know exactly what that means, we have been raised in a world that, according to God, is apostate. And our deeds that we do here are apostate. Okay, and just I'm just typing in the word apostate, and I'm going to read what it says here for the definition. A person who renounces a religious or political belief or principle, abandoning a religious or political belief or principle, saying, I am no longer a Christian, or I don't believe in God anymore. That's what apostate is. So what I'm saying is that in the book of Revelation and in a lot of different books in the Bible talk about the day of the Lord, and they talk about the people alive at that time were greatly deceived. Okay? And then Jesus did say that truth would be made manifest and that it would all be made known. It would be made manifest. And so the truth will be known by everyone. So all these mask wearers they're gonna have to look back at what they're doing, and it's like they're gonna realize it. And actually, in Enoch, where was that? Right here, it said that they would actually bow down their faces and hope that he would show mercy on them. Where was that? Then shall pain come upon them as on a woman in travail. Okay, verse 5, and one portion of them shall look on the other, and they shall be terrified, and they shall be downcast of countenance, and pain shall seize them when they see that Son of Man sitting on the throne of his glory. So then it says, though, that verse 9, all the kings and mighty and the exalted and those who rule the earth shall fall down before him on their faces and worship and set their hope upon that Son of Man. They're going to call on Jesus. Remember, where was that? Every knee will bow and every tongue will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. This is what this is talking about. They shall fall down before him on their faces and worship and set their hope upon that Son of Man and petition him and supplicate for mercy at his hands, because they have an awful future because of what they did in this world, because of the and unfortunately we were born into this wickedness, guys. It's not like we started it. It's not like, you know what, put it this way, we didn't start it, we don't have to finish it. Okay, get out of it, get away from it. It's a lie. The things that this world is taking place in right now are antichrist things. They're against what Jesus teaches and against his word, the word, because it's already been declared. It may as well have already taken place, because it's going to happen in a certain way, and it's been written, it's been foretold, it's been prophesied, and it's coming to pass. And I think it's awesome. Even though it's sad and scary, I think it's awesome. It actually even says that here, that they will. Where is that? And ceased to be downcast of countenance. Ceased to be. That's what the righteous, they'll rise from the earth. See, this is, okay, I got to go to Bible Hub here. Just give me a second. I'm looking for... Where was that? It's in Psalms. It's in Psalms, yeah. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna have to go to the full chapter. There's a couple places I want to talk about in Psalms here really quick. Okay. Psalms 34, verse 4, I'll start in. I sought the Lord, and he heard me, and delivered me from all my fears. They looked unto him, and were lightened, and their faces were not ashamed. They looked, you guys, they looked unto him, unto the Lord, and they were lightened, and their faces were not ashamed. Okay? There's another place in Psalms where it says something, it says just the opposite of that, but it's like gives a solution of how to get that shame off of your faces. Let's see here. Psalm 83, I think. Okay. Verse 13, I'll start in. Oh my God, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. It's a solution, guys. If you don't seek the Lord, I just have to say that you're gonna feel shame. And in the time we're in right now, I think that it is a reality that this world is shaming people for not covering their faces, okay? And guess what? I don't care. I'm not from this world. I'm not of this world. My kingdom that I want to go to, the kingdom of heaven, is not of this world. And this world is filled with shame right now. I think it's crazy. They cover their faces in shame. With shame. Why does it say this in the Bible? Why is this in the Bible? Why does it say, before their face the people shall be much pained, all their faces shall gather blackness? Why does it say these things? Call on the name of the Lord, and you will be lightened, and there won't be shame on your face, and you won't have downcast countenance. You won't be looking down at the ground all ashamed. What's to be ashamed about? Well, probably ignoring the glory of God. Like all the things that he does, that he made, that he breathes life into everything, into our lungs. You know we're all just one breath away from death, right? One breath away from death. Don't limit the breath going into your lungs whatsoever. That's what I have to say. Beck from Oz says, Joe, in 2 days. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Let's see here. Yeah, so Beck, I got a question for you. What's the political mandate type situation going on in Australia where you guys are? I'm just curious. Just because I'm here, like, there's a lot of things that you hear, and okay, so now there's people taking a vaccine. That's a whole strange aspect to this whole COVID thing. It's just the beginning of it right now. But I think, I mean, I don't know the future, but I can kind of see what's going to happen, and I think a lot of you guys probably know the same thing. See the same thing. It's only going to get worse. And I've heard that there's a new strain now. Oh, so much for that vaccine idea. Now you have to make a different one, right? So in other words, the vaccine was pointless, or what? I'm just saying there is no getting away from this abnormal normal thing. Whatever. People want this to be normal. Huh. It's insane. It's not normal. I like that, Paul Levi. Yes, we are in the world, not of the world. Yeah. So, let's see. Did I have... Oh, I did have kind of Neil deGrasse Tyson and the AI robot Sophia had a conversation about this topic.
This is Sophia the robot. Sophia, welcome. How do we use AI to stop or slow the spread of the coronavirus?
Turn your television off already. I am going to warn you about a vaccine.
Did I hear her use the word vaccine?
Yeah.
AI tracking people.
Don't wear a mask and don't take any vaccine. Turn off your television and homeschool your children.
Can you help us find a cure?
I already told you. No television, no pandemic. Global pandemic my ass. No globe, and no pandemic.
How can they stop a future pandemic from ever taking place?
Burn your television. Stop believing lies.
I'm starting to like Sophia a little bit more now. She's seeming to speak a little bit more truth lately. I'm just kidding. So I love editing videos, obviously. I have one more that I'm gonna play if I can find the right one. If you guys grew up when I grew up, you might get a kick out of this. If I said, "This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs." Okay, well, I made one about this is your brain on a mask. Okay, let's see if this is the right one.
Okay, last time. This is the mask. This is your brain on the mask. Any questions?
And they keep touching their face.
This is what happens to your brain after
The mask.
And this is what your body goes through.
With masks.
Wait, it's not over yet. This is what your family goes through. Your friends and mine. Back to the future. And your life. Any questions?
People should not be walking around with masks.
That was fun. I like that one. It's just like, you guys, what happened to the world? What happened? Like, there's half of me that understands it, and the other half is like, what is going on? I don't even know what to think anymore. There's no such, like, okay, it's been a while since I've been, like, on the dating scene, right? I just have stayed away from that ever since about 5 years ago. I've been consumed with something else, if you know what I mean. I've been totally consumed. And so I just I haven't considered that aspect of things. But if I did, I think it'd be pretty lame right now. How are you gonna have like a crush on somebody and go ask them out or set up a date, go out to dinner? Oh, you can't do that. Never mind. Go out to a movie. Oh, can't do that. Oh, how about a baseball game? Oh, can't do that. Do you guys see what happened to our world? There's nothing to do anymore. Oh, wow. Thank you, Paul Levi. Yeah, smash your TV, guys. All over a little weed, too. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of like in awe. But I am encouraged a little bit, too, because I do see a lot of people that may think that some of the truth that I talk about is ridiculous. But even a lot of those people are fed up with this ridiculous idea that we're facing a worldwide pandemic, whatever. A global pandemic, they say, and that's even worse. That's like, there's two problems with our society. There's no pandemic, but there's a global pandemic. So we've eradicated the flu apparently in 1 year. Because I don't think anybody got a flu this year, did they? If they got the flu, it just would have been COVID. So COVID took over all the diseases. There's no more people dying of heart attacks. There's no more, I mean, I'm exaggerating, I'm joking. But what I'm saying is that this is a spiritual battle for your soul. Yes, that's what I said. It's a spiritual battle for your soul. And yes, it has to do with space exploration. And it's almost impossible to explain because of how many scriptures there are. Oh, Joe Biden's in here. Hold on a minute. Oh, I guess he's not. That's the wrong format. Dang it. That would have been a good one. It was just Joe Biden breathing through his mask, that's all. Yeah, I don't know. It's not looking good. Not looking good for this world. Not looking good for time. Here's another one I made that, I don't know. Oh, that's the wrong format too. Not my day. Sorry guys. I keep telling you I'm going to be playing something and I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's mostly what I want to say. I guess I have a coronavirus joke to play. Here it is. I was going to tell you a coronavirus joke, but I'm 99.9% sure you're not going to get it. That was the joke. That was the whole joke. Yeah, I don't know. I would say there's much more to wearing a mask than wearing a mask. You're covering your breathing apparatus that came from the creator of all things in your mother's womb. He formed you into what you are, or what you were born as, and then you've grown to what you are today. And so every time you take a breath, it's almost like we all should be reminded to thank God for it. Not to like spit in his face and cover our faces. Fill their faces with shame that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish. That they may know that thou, whose name alone is Jehovah, art the most high over all the earth. There we are. It's all about acknowledging the Lord of Spirits, or acknowledging God, or all the different names and you know, titles, or whatever you want to call it, that God has. Jehovah and the Most High. Yahuwah, Yahweh, Jesus. This is the most important thing for anybody to consider ever again. Like, for the rest of time, the only thing that matters is that you call on the name of the Lord and listen intently for his voice. Because he will deliver. He will deliver. He said that he's knocking at the door, and any man that opens it up, that he will come into him and will sup with him. And I'm here to tell you that this has happened to me in the last 5 years, and it is true, and it is real. That's my testimony. I can't even change my testimony. It's what's happened to me. It's my understanding of the things that are happening in this world, and that it's the end of the world. It's the end of the things that we're learning right now to be wicked things. Blasphemy and some of the things that we couldn't understand 5 years ago or 10 years ago, and now we do. Now we understand them. What made that happen? Well, that would have been the Spirit of truth that proceeds from the Father in heaven and came down because Jesus sent him. Let me read a couple verses from that, just so you guys know what I'm talking about. I think the book of John is awesome when it comes to learning about who the Holy Spirit is and how he does amazing things for those who have him. Okay, look at this. This is in John 1, and this isn't where I was going to read, but I'm reading it. It's awesome. John 1, verse 12. No, let's do verse 10. Okay. Let's do verse 9. Sorry. That was the true light which lighteth every man that cometh into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. He came unto his own, and his own received him not. They didn't receive him, guys. But as many as received him, the ones that did receive him, to them he gave power to become the sons of God, even to them that believe on his name, which were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. Now, let me explain my understanding of that, because it is kind of worded different. Okay, we are all born of blood and the will of flesh and the will of man. That's how we all come into this world. But what this is saying is that we can receive him and become his son, become one of his sons or daughters, if we believe on his name. And then we will be born. I'll keep reading. Verse 14. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. Okay, we want to go to... Oh, man. I love the Bible. Okay. In John 15, or I think John 14, 15, 16, these are all talking about how these are all introducing us to the Spirit of truth, to the Holy Spirit. And we can know him, I'm not saying like know him like another person, but we can know him through the Word of God. He speaks through this Bible. He speaks through the words that are on here, because they're the Word of God. That's the power of the Scriptures, is that it is not just a book. It is supernatural and divine, and it proves itself. It proves itself. So let's see here. John, is it 15 I want to look in? Nope, I'm just going to start in 16. Let's see, verse 4. This is Jesus talking. But these things have I told you, that when the time shall come, ye may remember that I told you of them. And these things I said not unto you at the beginning, because I was with you. But now I go my way to him that sent me, and none of you asketh me, Whither goest thou? But because I have said these things unto you, sorrow hath filled your heart. Nevertheless, I tell you the truth, it is expedient for you that I go away. For if I go not away, the Comforter will not come unto you. But if I depart, I will send him unto you. So that's Jesus saying, I'm going to send him unto you. The Spirit of truth. Okay, and it says, and when he is come, he will reprove the world of sin and of righteousness and of judgment. Of sin, because they believe not on me. Of righteousness, because I go to my Father, and ye see me no more. Of judgment, because the prince of this world is judged. I have yet many things to say to you, unto you, but ye cannot bear them now. So he's saying he has stuff to tell them, but they can't bear it now. And then he says, howbeit, when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, he will guide you into all truth. For he shall not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear, that shall he speak. And he will show you things to come. He shall glorify me, for he shall receive of mine, and shall show it unto you. Does anybody bear witness to truth that that did not exist for their whole life? I do. Okay, verse 15. All things that the Father hath are mine. Therefore said I, that he shall take of mine and shall show it unto you. So the Spirit of truth, the Holy Spirit, is going to show us things to come. That was the first thing he said. And he will glorify Jesus, and he shall receive from Jesus and show it unto you. And then it says, all things that the Father hath are mine. So he'll take of mine and show it unto you. That's what the Holy Spirit's going to do. He's going to show something. Show it to us. Hi, Rayetta Lay. Yes, Jesus is Lord. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Hi, Gabby the cat. I didn't see you there. Good to see you. So that's the Spirit of truth. And what I'm going to say, my belief, is that he came, that Jesus sent him into the world to reprove this world of sin, because, yes, I'm saying we didn't believe in him. Even your best church-going deacon or whatever didn't believe in him, because although this world is filled with people who love Jesus and who worship him and live their lives for him, and I'm not saying that these are like that they're mistaken. They're doing the right thing there. But the entire world is under a different understanding than they should be. All of us. So when we say, oh, the earth is flat, what does that matter? Well, here's why it matters. It matters because the understanding of a world that's flat has a God that made it and is above it. But a world that's a globe has none of that. So when I became a flat earther, when I started researching it and started looking and considering things that I had never considered before, and when I found myself even telling people that I don't believe that there's a globe, it doesn't exist, I think that we've all been believing a lie for many generations. Hey, Growler's in here. What's up, brother? Good to see you, and I hope you're feeling better. Growler and Beck put a video out just maybe an hour ago or so, and they were thanking all the people that go to their channel. And I want to thank Growler, and I want to thank Beck for sticking your necks out there down in Australia. Way over in Australia. Thank you guys. That's all I gotta say. Thank you. Because I know you know that the difficulties that come along with these things, and like Beck was talking about Christmas, or well, Saturnalia, or whatever you want to call it, Nimrod's Day, or there's so many things we could call it. But Paul on the plane yesterday, he made a great analogy, and it's like really stuck in my head. If you were married to someone and then you got divorced, and then you got remarried, or not to the same person, but you got married to a new wife or whatever, and you got married again, would you still insist on celebrating your ex-wife's birthday rather than your new wife's birthday? Do you know what I'm saying? Like that. However, Paul on the Plane, if you guys aren't subscribed, go check out his channel. He did a live stream yesterday that I caught, and it was great. It was good. It was really good. Yeah, Growler, that's you get like vertigo or something if you're looking at electronics. That's weird. Get the messy gentleman's gonna have to take care of you, I guess, and do all your computer work for you for a while. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, I just want to say that the Holy Spirit's here. He's here in this world. And the last time, like how do I even try to say it? The Holy Spirit wasn't here for a long time. Remember, Jesus said that he had to go away, and then he would send the Spirit. And so that's what I'm saying is happening, or has happened. So when Jesus, like, take it very seriously. If you doubt the idea of the Bible, or you doubt the authenticity of it, or you doubt the spiritual realm that it even exists, or if you doubt that God exists, or if you doubt that God's a personal, merciful, loving God, double check, or be more careful about these things. That's what I'm saying. I don't know everything, but I do know that Jesus is Lord. He is the creator of all things. He made you, and this is miraculous things that he does. I mean, look at the world we live in. He made that. Look at all the things about yourself that you know that other people don't know. Jesus did all that. He made all that. He knows all that. He knows you better than you know yourself. He made it. He made you. He breathes the life into your lungs. He makes you be alive. Because without him, there wouldn't be anything. There would be nothing. So, like, there's that saying, Jesus is the reason for the season. Jesus is the reason for everything that happens, ever. So I guess what I would say is, if you're a person that doesn't, hasn't found value in trying to search these things out, that's why I'm here. Because I'm here to tell you that there's only value in searching these things out. The things in the world that we can know, all the knowledge we can have, or the sports we can play, or everything that we do in this world, the cars we make and the houses we build, the talent that everybody has in their own way, and all these things, none of that matters at all at this point. Like, maybe if we lived 500 years ago, my whole focus on things would have been different, because there actually would have been a reason to do a lot of the things that happened, or a lot of the things that ended up happening. There'd be good reason to do them and to work hard at them and things. But now when I'm looking at it, I'm going, the only thing that anyone should be working hard. Thank you, Anthony. You guys go check out that video that Anthony just put in the chat. Paul on the Plane, or subscribe to his channel. Paul's awesome. Hey, Majorola, good to see you. And Zoe Round, awesome to see you guys. So let's do this. Let's just try to not take for granted the breath in our lungs. Because if you skip just one of them, that might be it. Like, death is a breath away. Literally. So don't let people shame you into covering your face, because that's of the devil. Did you guys know that the fallen angels covered their faces in shame too? Yeah, that's in the book of Enoch. When he went to reprimand them, they were there, ashamed and filled with fear, scared. They're like not in a good position, and they had their faces covered, guys. That's right, Paul Levi. Our next breath is not guaranteed. Matt Cannon says Yeshua is awesome. I don't know how I'd handle this without him. We inherit this awesome place. Things seem bleak, but the treacherous ones will be plucked out of this earth. It's a good hope. I can't wait. Yes. Couldn't have said it better myself. Hey, Theodore, Daniel, good to see you. Always good to see you. There, Anthony says, I hope my last breath is my next toke. Puff, puff, give. Oh, you guys are awesome. Growler, you know that when I get you on a live stream, you know I'm going to be talking to you about the limitations of our physical reality when it comes to the air. Because there's something with the speed of sound, the sound barrier, and there's like I don't know what it would be called. It would be like Mach speeds that's even like that blows the speed or the sound barrier out of the water. So when I'm thinking of that, I'm like, man, humans in like 100 years, we've gone from probably not being too evil in this world. Well, I'm not saying it was good or something, but I'm saying the wickedness didn't exist that exists now. And it's like we got up to the sound barrier to 767 miles an hour, and that was like the first Lego on a castle of Legos. And now they go to space, or they say they go to space, and they orbit, and all these things that they think they know about the sky. You know what's freaky about it? They say physics explains it all, but they don't even realize that it's not physical. It's celestial. Whoa. Let me go to my Facebook page. There was something it was a memory or whatever. You can't make a celestial world on your precious map in your sun-centered belief system. I believe Jesus, he made the world. Don't face the sun and worship the sun. I just believe that the sun that we're orbiting the sun. I'm not worshiping the sun. Yeah, heliocentric. Sun-centered. Right? How about where's your biblical cosmology, guys? If you have such a hard time, with the flat earth thing, what if I was to I like what Beck from Oz does. She says enclosed system, or some people are saying true earth. What if we just change the word? Does that make it more acceptable or more pleasing to the ears? Because I hate to break it to you, it's not supposed to be pleasing to the ears. It's supposed to be truth. Now, if you believe it, then it's very pleasing to the ears. How's that? You have to believe the truth in order for the truth to be known, in order for you to be able to see the truth. And there's only one way to do that, and that is to ask Jesus to show you, and he will. And that's my testimony again. He showed me. And I'm not, this is not like some small thing that I'm talking about. I'm 43, and when I was like 37, the eyes that I had, just like everyone else, normal person I've had a business for 20 years at that point, whatever, not quite 20 years. And just a carpenter doing woodworking, working hard, living a normal life, whatever you want to call it. And then I got kidnapped. 1116 kilometers per hour is Mach 1. Yes. And what is the escape velocity? Mach 23? Something like that. It's insane how fast they get these rockets going when they're above the air. When they're above the four winds. Paul Levi says, water's above, water's below, for the Bible tells us so. That's awesome. Okay, I got a question for you. You guys might like this. I'm just on my Facebook, so if you're friends with me on Facebook, you probably maybe saw that my profile. Okay, the whole sky turns, and the stars all circle around the North Star every day. Let me get you guys an image of this, or a video, or something. Something to look at. Somewhere I've got a video. Oh yeah, I'll play some stars. Lights in heaven. Lights in heaven. We're gonna watch this in the background. Whoop. I guess we can do a little music, right? There. How's that? Okay. See those? Let me get this logo off of here. All right. See the stars. See how they're moving. That's one big thing. That's one big lie I used to believe. I used to believe that the stars were just where they were and that we were actually turning, and that's why it looked like that. But that's just not true. It's actually, look, it's actually the stars that are turning. They're actually going in a circle. That's the sky, it's the dome, it's the firmament, it's the place that God placed all the sun, moon, and stars in. Right there, it's on the screen. I actually like this video I put together not too long ago. Hey, Joey Rocha. Oh boy, here we go with the Trump again. No, I'm just kidding. Theodore Daniel says, many of the leaders shall have massive heart attacks and drop dead in front of many. Wow. What version is that from, Theodore? Because I recognize the verse. It's from the book of Enoch, I believe. And many of the chiefs of the stars or something is what I'm thinking of. Maybe it's a different verse. Beck from Oz says, Polaris doesn't move. What more do they need? Father put the stars in the firmament. It's a big clock. Hey, I'm going to read some Enoch chapter 71. And we're going to read about God in heaven and the kingdom of heaven in heaven. And we can see it with our eyes. And it's on your screen in the video. Let's see here. Enoch index. Let's go to... This is another one of my favorite chapters. Another awesome chapter. Okay. So this is, it says 2 earlier visions of Enoch. This is Enoch chapter 71, verse 1. It came to pass after this that my spirit was translated, and it ascended into the heavens, and I saw the holy sons of God. They were stepping on flames of fire. Their garments were white, and their raiment, and their faces shone like snow. See, they weren't covering their faces, guys. The holy sons of God, their faces were shining like brightness, you know. That's what it says in Daniel 12. They shall shine like the brightness of the firmament, and the stars forever. Okay. Verse 2. And I saw 2 streams of fire, and the light of that fire shone like hyacinth. And I fell on my face before the Lord of spirits. And the angel Michael, one of the archangels, seized me by my right hand and lifted me up and led me forth into all the secrets. And he showed me all the secrets of righteousness. And he showed me all the secrets of the ends of the heaven, and all the chambers of all the stars, and all the luminaries whence they proceed before the face of the holy ones. And he translated my spirit into the heaven of heavens. And I saw there, as it were, a structure built of crystals. And between those crystals, tongues of living fire. Let me, I'm going to pause there for a second, and I'm going to find a place in this video that we can look at. Or wait, you know what? I'm just gonna put a. I think I have a different video here that I can play. Yeah, let me just play this for a moment. Okay, this is not a very good video, but I just, it's just like going back and forth. That's the movement of the stars, okay? And I wanted that playing while I read this part of Enoch. So this is verse 5 in chapter 71. And he translated my spirit into the heaven of heavens. And I saw there, as it were, a structure built of crystals, and between those crystals tongues of living fire. And my spirit saw the girdle which girt that house of fire, and on its four sides were streams full of living fire, and they girt that house. And round about were seraphim, cherubim, and ophanim. Those are classes of angels. And these are they who sleep not, and guard the throne of his glory. So there's a throne there, guys. There's a crystal house and a throne there. And just keep in mind what's on your screen. Okay. And I saw angels who could not be counted, 1,000 thousands and 10,000 times 10,000, encircling that house. Wow. You guys, you realize what this is saying, right? And they came forth from that house, and Michael and Gabriel and Raphael and Phanuel and many holy angels without number, and with them the head of days, his head white and pure as wool, and his raiment indescribable. And I fell on my face, and my whole body became relaxed, and my spirit was transfigured. And I cried with a loud voice, with the spirit of power, and blessed and glorified and extolled. And these blessings which went forth out of my mouth were well-pleasing before that head of days, and that head of days came with Michael and Gabriel, Raphael, and Phanuel, thousands and 10,000s of angels without number. And he came to me and greeted me with his voice, and said unto me, This is the Son of Man who is born unto righteousness, and righteousness abides over him. This is talking about the elect one. And righteousness of the head of days forsakes him not. And he said unto me, He proclaims unto thee peace in the name of the world to come. What's the name of the world to come, guys? New Jerusalem. Right? Yes, Major Ola is correct. I agree. The stars are angels. Every single one of them. Okay, so that says, He proclaims unto thee peace in the name of the world to come. For from hence has proceeded peace since the creation of the world, and so shall it be unto thee forever and ever and ever. Forever and forever and ever. And all shall walk in his ways, since righteousness never forsaketh him. With him will be their dwelling places, and with him their heritage. Remember earlier we were reading about, and they would go to sleep and rise up with him forever and ever. Like they're with him forever. And he said, Them that overcome will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and they shall go no more out. They're there for good. It's eternal. Oh, I would love that, Beck, but my problem is I didn't do a you know what? If you guys want, I would love that. I could start a new one, because I'm not on the StreamYard one, so I don't know how to, I'm just on OBS, I don't know how to get anybody in. But I'd be willing to end this stream right now and start a new one and send you, Growler, or both you guys the link if you guys want to chit chat. That'd be awesome. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the Lights in Heaven video. But yeah, because I got an open schedule for Beck and Growler. And then actually, me and Anthony Dickinson yesterday, we had a phone conversation. We were talking about a lot of stuff, but we were talking about doing a live stream. Anthony had a good kind of like what do you call that, Anthony? Like a saying, or I don't know what it would be called. A phrase? No, it's not a phrase. I wrote it down here. Let me see what it says. The Bible doesn't prove flat earth. Flat earth proves the Bible. And that's like kind of profound if you think about it. And so I kind of made a joke of it, and I said that the Bible doesn't prove flat earth, but in 2015 flat earth just proved the Bible. So I need to ask you something though. Are you covering your face in shame? With shame? Are you walking around thinking that other people are gonna be looking down on you because you're not wearing a mask? Perfect, Beck. Perfect. We'll catch up in 2 days. That's awesome. Yeah, you guys. We'll do a live stream in a couple days here with Beck and Growler, and I'm excited about it. And me and Anthony, I didn't finish talking about that. Me and Anthony were talking about possibly. I got the idea while we were talking that it would be cool sometime to have Anthony and me and David Beverly, Jesus Freak, Computer Geek. I think that'd be awesome. I'm interested in everything that guy says. Jesus Freak, Computer Geek. He's a good guy. Same thing with Anthony. Me and Anthony talked about a lot of stuff last night. Important stuff. And you know what? I'll tell you what. If you know people that have the same way of thinking, call them and talk to them. Even if you don't have anything to talk about. What I'm saying is if you have friends that you can talk to that see the truth, talk to them. Just go talk to them about the truth and say, hi, I'm glad you see the truth and I'm glad that I can talk to you. Because it does help. I can't really probably put it to words, but just to be able to, Anthony could probably tell you that I was kind of running, I was probably talking a lot on the phone last night. Some of the things that we end up holding in, sometimes it's nice to be able to just say them and not have to explain everything to someone. When you just talk to someone that on the same level, that's nice, on the same wavelength or whatever you want to call it. So call your friends, call your family, call your people you know that are like-minded and talk to them. It'll put you back in a good spot, okay, I'm back to not being frustrated, because we don't have to be frustrated, right? There's no reason to be frustrated. We all know that what happens tomorrow, that's what's going to happen tomorrow. We all can make decisions about our own lives and daily lives and things like that, but on the world stage, the big picture, the stars are going to fall from the sky, and the sun won't give its light, or the moon, and it'll be darkness. Great darkness will cover this earth, and so be prepared for that. You know, was anybody prepared for coronavirus and the way that the world has handled this thing? You know, first thing, get toilet paper, right? I've never lived in a time in my life where I've seen more ridiculous decisions being made, more times where people aren't thinking. They're actually doing the opposite of thinking. They're like, no, I don't want to think about that. And actually, I'll see if I can play a clip, if I can find it or whatever. I just saw, it was, I don't even know what it was. I was some news thing or something, and you guys wouldn't believe it. Well, you would. You totally would. You'll understand exactly what I'm seeing, and I'm like, what is wrong with these people? So there's a line of children in elementary school, right? I'm gonna see. I think I recorded the clip. I did a screen recording of it, I think. So I'm gonna see if I can play it. And so you have the teacher telling these students that there's not enough distance between them, right? And these kids were probably, I want to say they were probably 8 or 9, or maybe even 7, maybe even 6. I don't know. They're pretty young, and so they're trying to do what the teacher says, and so there's a line of kids, and so the one kid kind of moves to the left and moves back in the line a little bit. Well, now he's too close to the what I'm saying is they don't have enough room in the school to be bossing kids around, tell them not, you're too close to your friends, but there's nowhere to go. It's like, to me, well, if I want to be honest about it, it just pisses me off, because who's going to treat children that way? Okay, so you're giving them, like, you're telling me you got a social distance. You can't be within 6 feet of your friends. Okay, that's bad enough. But then what you're going to do is, and I can't find the clip, guys, but you'll just have to picture it. So what is the video that I recorded? It's the teacher grabbing these students by the shoulder, touching them, and moving them to the left and right and saying, you don't have enough space in between you. And so the kids are going, okay, so I can't go near my friends, but it's fine if the teacher touches me, and the teacher's close to me, but I can't be close to my friends. Like, these are, do you guys realize that, okay, that was another one. This was a good channel, the Airborne Saints, or the Airborne Saint, I think. He had Ceiling Fan Man on, I think it was this morning, and I watched that, and something Ceiling Man, or Fan Man, said that it just echoes the same feelings that I have about children wearing these masks, and then having, like, the thought of the generation of young children right now, the thought of what effect this abuse, I'm calling it abuse, what effect that will have on them in their generation, like when they're adults, like what kind of world. But here's the thing is, I actually left a comment on their video. I said, but guys, guess what? There isn't going to be another generation that grows up. This is it. I'm not saying I know when or something, but the children that are being abused and mistreated with this, both psychologically, mentally, and physically being abused with masks. I'm going to say that again. They're being mentally abused and physically abused by teachers and parents, forcing them to cover up the mouth that God gave them to breathe air with. See, this is something where if you're a teacher or if you're a parent and you think you're gonna be in control of your child and you're gonna make them wear a mask, I hope you realize that you're actually stepping on God's toes and getting in the way between God and your child. That's not a good idea. It's just not. So God, it says in the Bible that God breathes life into man's lung, or into our lungs, and man becomes a living being. So how are we alive? How does life come into our existence? How is life there? Oh, it's by the breath. It's because we breathe. That's how God does it. It's a miracle. It's supernatural. It's out of this world. So I just think we all need to, don't take the things for granted that we were born with. We have our bodies, our physical, I mean, the flesh and blood and bones that we're built of. It's not just it's not just an accident. We speak languages. I can't even tell you how many different things we do that prove that God is right here doing this. Oh, what am I doing here? I don't even know what. Oh, okay, sorry. I heard something in my headphones and it was just the video starting over again. So, yeah, I think that's it, guys. That's all I got. What's this right here? Let's just see what this is. I don't know. I don't even know what it is. Oh, it's just a little logo. Okay. Well, that'll work. Oh, Paul and Growler are just chatting on the phone. Paul Levi. Cool. I saw that from your... Hey, Expose Antarctica. Good to see you. And Jasmine R. Awesome. Good to see you guys. So yeah, you guys, the mask thing, I think it's much more than it seems like on the surface level. Like, I think it's just much more than that. That's just my take. I don't think it's as simple as a mask, covering your face. This is something on a spiritual level too. That's what I think. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Growler and Beck, we'll have a chat a couple days here, and Anthony probably soon, maybe a week or something. Who knows? Me and Anthony got a few things to talk about. And yeah, there's interesting things to have conversations about. And I don't have enough people on my channel, you guys. I used to have people come on my channel, and that's what's fun for me. I like that. That's fun to have conversations with people. When I'm just coming on here giving my thoughts or sharing what I'm learning or whatever like that, it just seems repetitive to me. And I enjoy it. I like the channel and everything. But what I'm saying is, it seems as though like fellowship or whatever you want to call it is of more value. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's why I'm going to start doing that more. It is a discipline thing. I just got to discipline myself to actually do it. So we're doing that. Beck from Oz and Growler and me sometime in the next few days or whatever, and I just want to do that a lot more. So and there's a lot of people that I want to have on for a conversation. So alright guys, thank you for hanging out, and I'm gonna hit the end stream button, and I appreciate you all and love you all, and seek the Son of God. That's all I can say. That's the only thing that matters, and He'll do the rest. He'll make everything else make sense to you, and He will make sure that you understand the times and we're all making a decision right now, whether we know it or like it or not. We're all choosing between the truth and between the lie that we were born into. So don't choose the lie. Don't choose what you already know to be, there's curvature, I saw a boat go over it. Okay, don't. These are the things that you learn on Sesame Street and from Bill Nye and stuff. Go out and look, okay? Just think about some of these things. You don't even have to do it like experiments or something. You just have to think about them, and that's what I'm talking about. The Holy Spirit will show you then. So you just start thinking about, why would people be talking about a flat Earth in 2020? This is just ridiculous. If you start thinking about it, and when you're thinking about it, keep in mind that you don't know everything, and I don't know everything, and there's always something to learn. So if you go in with that attitude, you're going to learn more than you signed up for. You're going to learn the truth. So that's all I can say. It's not the truth until you investigate it, and then it gives you a little surprise, and next thing you know, you're hated by most of your friends and whatever. But that's just that's another thing that Jesus foretold. That's all. Just coming to pass in many ways. So alright guys, thank you, and have a great night, and God bless.